So I don't know how long this is going to be, but I just wanted to give a quick channel update. I also wanted to say happy holidays to all of my subscribers. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season. Whatever you celebrate, whatever you do with your lives, I do hope you are enjoying yourselves and everything is well and everyone is healthy. The new year is right around the corner, so I just wanted to kind of give a little testament towards the end of the year, another year in the books for my YouTube journey. It has been it's just another year of just having so much fun doing this and just really loving every little bit that I'm able to get out there. And one of the things I love just so much is that I'm in a lot of these forums on like Reddits and stuff of like new YouTubers or up and coming YouTubers, and I see a lot of people that they have a lot of success and they're struggling, and there's just sometimes these little moments that I have in like the comments on some videos and with some subscribers or with some passerbys that I just it really makes the whole thing worth it. Like I want to put out the stuff that I love and the work I do on some of these videos. I really do want to put out things that people will find enjoyable. And the fact that I'm finding at least a few that are, it's just awesome for me. And I really do appreciate all of you. It has been a great year. I didn't reach the goal I wanted. The goal I really wanted to reach this year was 5,000 subscribers. Only at about 35 right now. 35, 36, I think. Which is fine. It is what it is. Some years are better than others. And I was on a really good streak, and I made the dumb decision to take a month off, thinking that it would help for my build up for October, and then October winded up not working out, and so it was a month off of nothing, and I kind of lost my traction. But that didn't stop me. I put out a lot of videos that I was still very much proud of, and I think probably one of my favorite ones is the most recent one, the Rick Moranis video, the man who could have ruled comedy. I wrote that script. I want to say 6 months ago, and I've loved it ever since. And it was just I was finally really happy to finally get that video out. And it was just this passion script, I guess you could say. It was something that I really did love, and I've actually gotten a lot more love and attention on a little snippet I put as a short out there on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and that's been getting a lot of love, and I really appreciate that too. It's gotten some more subscribers here. If you're new because of that video, thank you very much. If you'd like, check out the longer form video. That's just as good. It's a real in-depth kind of viewing of Rick Moranis' career and like what had happened to him and what he's done after the fact, and it's just a celebration of who he is and his legacy. I love Rick Moranis, so I really wanted to do that video. And it was just a nice culmination to the end of this year. Now, going into the next year, I'm still going to be pushing hard. I'm still going to be doing the best I can to make the content that I really do love and appreciate, and that hopefully everybody else loves and appreciates. What I will say is that there are changes coming. I have decided, I think I mentioned this a few months ago, because of the failing of Halloween, I believe, because this is a one man show, I believe a portion of that is due to wanting to do so many different versions of videos on this channel. And I kind of have to narrow that down, and I have to really get my bearings and still be able to do the things I love while pulling away from the things that are probably not beneficial for the channel either. One of those things is reaction videos. I'm not going to do any more trailer reactions because what happens is I wind up doing them, and I have to fight copyright issues and all the YouTube bullshit, and I just don't want to do it anymore. It's probably the only videos in any series that I have that gets the most scrutiny. I'll sit here and I'll make these 20, 30-minute documentaries. Maybe some music might get a hit, and I'll just, I'll do a fair use thing, and I'm usually able to be okay with it. And sometimes in a Diary of the Cinephile entry, I will sometimes use a clip that might get hit, and sometimes I'll just eat it, and sometimes I'll be able to dispute it. Again, falling under fair use. But the reaction videos are just a nightmare. And they don't even do well enough on the channel because I'm not really a reaction channel. It was just something I wanted to do because it was my way of expressing the love I have for movie trailers, because every little thing I wanted to do for this channel, I wanted to do for a reason. So I wanted to have the reaction videos for trailers. I wanted to have list videos because that's kind of where it all started for me. And then being able to do these mini documentaries and these video essays and still being able to do Diary of a Cinephile, I wanted to do it all. And being that I'm a year into it, it seems that the low hanging fruit would be the reaction videos. So we're nicking reaction videos from the channel completely. I don't think anybody's gonna really miss it. I might miss it, but then again, I'm also not gonna be too bent out of shape about it because I love movie trailers. I love making it in time to go to a movie theater to see the trailers beforehand. So all it really means is that I can now actually watch trailers as they come out and not have to sit there and pause them so I can do a video for it. So I can get back to just watching them in a natural pace like everybody else. So there's that. I'm also going to be limiting the amount of list videos. I'm kind of thinking about only restricting it to the films, completed films you'll never see saga, because there's 3 of those already, and I love doing those, and I love researching for those. Which another one is going to be coming out in a couple of months. I was able to put together a part 4. I believe all the movies on there are good, or at least good enough for a part 4, so that's going to be coming out soon. And list videos seem to take the most time. Like when I do my annual 31 horror movie gems, I've been doing that for years. That's one of the things that hindered my ability to get out more videos in October because I was like hyper focused on the 31 horror films video because it's 31 different movies you have to talk about, and I want to make sure those videos are up to par for my standard, and that means trying to narrow down 60 to 90 seconds to talk about one particular film and to do any sort of research I need to grab clips or whatnot or whatever I actually want to discuss on why that film is part of this list. And I have to do that 31 times. So it's 31 different films to make sure I gather everything I need, whether it's clips or posters or anything like that. It seems like it would be easy, but let's say on average, I don't mind giving you a peek behind the curtain, I do all of this myself. On average, I can do, if I'm like really focused and it's not that hard to find things and I don't have a lot of difficulty, I can do easily 3 minutes of editing in an hour. Easily 3 minutes of editing in an hour on a good day, and I haven't really been able to beat that number. And on a bad day, it's a minute of editing. So you would think that a minute of editing per hour means 31 hours. I only get like 2 or 3 hours at night, maybe more, once my boys go to sleep and I've had dinner and it's after a long work day because I still work my 9 to 5. So doing it all myself and making sure I get out the quality content I want and having big videos like that, it takes a lot of time that I'm really trying to narrow down. And I think the best thing to that is to focus those list orientated videos on the topics I really want to discuss in the fashion of when they should come out. So you'll still get 31 horror movies every October. You're still going to get the completed films you'll never see series. And that's kind of the only 2 I've been able to give myself some leeway. Otherwise, we're just not going to do list videos on this channel anymore. I even had, it took me almost 2 months to do the one I did where it was 40 films that Harrison Ford was almost in. I did that back in, I think, April. And that took me about a month or 2 to fully edit and get out to the point where I was satisfied with it. And that's an almost 40-minute long video, too. So to do the way I wanted to do lists for this channel, I didn't want to do the top 10 thing like everybody else does. And because I can't really bring myself to stick to that, all these videos are longer than what you would expect. Now, there are some channels that can do videos like that, and they're perfectly successful. I like making list videos. I'm not saying I don't, but I have to focus on other things that deserve just as much attention, if not more attention, because then I'll have my regular videos on Diary of a Cinephile that doesn't really need a lot of heavy research into things. It's kind of just my unscripted way of making reviews. But then I have these longer videos, these videos that are part of the Unfiltered Lens series that I really do love, and I'm really loving growing that, and the Unfortunate Kate series, and deep diving into those stories, and just I have tons of scripts in both of those realms. And sometimes I'll do research for a list, and I'll find a topic that really does deserve to be its own video. So It's just putting more of the focus back into the other things that also deserve that attention. Because even if you're just talking about one topic, that one topic can sometimes be 8 or 9 pages of a script that I then now have to make sure I record and edit and research thoroughly. That 9 pages is either going to be one topic or it's going to be 15 topics because it's 15 topics on a list. So I decided to just nick lists altogether, and we're nicking reaction videos altogether. So moving forward, what we're going to get is we're going to get the Diary of a Cinephile, the podcast Complete Unscripted Movie Discussion. We're going to get the Unfortunate Case series, and we're going to get the Unfiltered Lens series. Those are things that I will not give up on because I really do love doing those scripts. I think I have something all around like let me pull it up now actually while I'm here talking about it. I have in total, not including that one, 21 scripts mixed in between the Unfortunate Case series and the Unfiltered Lens series that are all hopefully going to be getting pushed out within the coming months. Now, I also want to make sure I stick to a better release schedule because I think my scattered releasing is also a bit annoying to people who give me their time. So I'm going to do my very, very best to get at least one video out a week. If I can get more than one, fine. I consider that a win. But I'm really going to try to push out at least one video a week. And if I can, one of those weeks is going to be one of these bigger videos, which is going to be these more highly researched and in-depth topics that I want to discuss, including the Unfortunate Case series and the Unfiltered Lens series. And I also thought about introducing another series, which I wanted to do back in October. I had the idea to call it Keep It Canon, which is a full deep dive into the history of some franchises and like their kind of... So, have you ever heard of the documentary Never Sleep Again? It's a 4-hour documentary that goes into the entire history of the franchise for A Nightmare on Elm Street. I love that documentary. It's a crazy documentary to sit through in one sitting, so you kind of have to break it up. But if you can do it, by all means do it. If you've never done it before, it's a fantastic documentary talking about the history of where A Nightmare on Elm Street started and how it's led up to what it was at that time. So that was kind of my inspiration for a franchise series I wanted to do that kind of did the same thing, because there are a lot more franchises out there, or a lot more film series that are considered franchises out there. So I wanted to put them into its own thing. And as of right now, the working title for that series is called Keep It Canon. Don't know if I'm going to keep that title yet because it is kind of hard to pronounce for me. I do think it's the best one I've come up with so far. Another one that my wife gave me was the Franchise Archives. Not 100% certain I like that. I also think it's kind of a weird roll off the tongue set of words. But I'm also open to suggestion. If you guys have a suggestion for what might be a good series that talks nothing else besides a franchise and really going through the premise of each one of those, and you could think about it like the Never Sleep Again documentary. You could also think about what's another good franchise one. I think they did one for Friday the 13th. I believe there's one for Chucky. Yes, it's called Doc of Chucky. Doc of Chucky. Yes, I believe that's what it's called. I also know a lot of people have spoken about things like the Amityville movies and how that franchise is just a whole bag of nonsense. I was thinking about doing a video like that myself. So this is kind of where I'm leaning towards for a newer series that kind of is still in that realm. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it off the ground. I really would rather make sure I like the title of the series before I push it forward. So I'm still working that title out, working what that series is going to be about completely, and making sure that I can do it the way that I'm proud of doing it. But yeah, that's kind of just what this video is about. This video is just about updating all of my awesome subscribers about where we are, where I am, and just kind of reflecting on the year, because we're about to hit the new year and we're going to go into 2026, and I want to go in guns blazing. I want to really do justice to this channel. I want to really do. I'm just seeing again. My wife got me that awesome sign too. I love that thing. It was a Christmas gift from her, and she's so supportive of me and this journey I'm on. And it's just something that I'm really proud of. And the more and more I do, the more and more proud I become of it. And I really do love and appreciate all of you who stick around and all of you who watch and show your support, whether it's liking or commenting or sharing, whatever you do. I'm never going to push a thing on you to do it. I want you to do it because you want to do it. I want you to find some enjoyment out of what I bring to the table, and I want to bring things to the table that I hope you will enjoy. This year has definitely been a journey for me to discover the exact kind of creator I want to be, and I want to take everything I've learned and I want to go into the new year really like putting it all out there, doing the absolute best I can to make this channel even better than what I believe it already is. Thank you again. I wish you a great new year. A new video will be coming out again every week. I promise you, I will try to get at least one video out of week, whatever that video is. And I hope you stick around for it. I hope you stick around for the rest of the journey. You mean the world to me from the bottom of my heart. I wish you and your families a very miraculous and prosperous new year. And I look forward to you joining me in the new year to see where we take this thing.